Alright guys, it's looking nice. I'm gonna be doing a general fine-tuning. Fine-tuning simply means making corrections to some certain parts and actually doing some unfinished business such as the eye whitening and lips correction and some few things. So let's jump to the eye. I'm going to be using the lasso tool. I pick the lasso tool, I select the eye. Okay, I'm selecting the white part of the eye, by the way. Alright, after I've selected it, I'm gonna desaturate it. I'm gonna minus the colors. Alright, so I'm gonna go to my adjustment layer here. I pick hue and saturation first. I reduce the colors. I think this is good enough for me. Alright, I do the same thing for the lips. Now guys, you can actually go back to the layer mask here, double click it, especially for the eyes. The edges are looking too sharp, so you can actually feather them here. You feather them very gently. Alright, layer mask. Okay, same for the lips. Make sure you feather your stuff after everything. I just want to add a whole just a different vibrance to it. It's looking flat. Alright, so I go to let's say hue and saturation. So I pop in the saturation a little bit and I push it in, then I double click and I feather it out. Alright, you can actually reduce it a little bit if it's too much for you. Alright, I think that's good for me, before and after. Alright guys, let's move on to the final fine-tuning. Yeah, alright, it's gonna be what do you call it, selective color. Stay on the adjustment layer with selective color. I want to pop in the whole melanin thing, so I just push it up. Let's see, let's make it 3. Alright, this is what I did guys. I went to adjustment layers here, clicked selective color, change this to neutral, relative, don't make it absolute. Absolute gives the whole effect. So I go back to my brush tool. Now I'm pushing the blacks, pushing the blacks on the neutral, then I invert my marks. I think let's make it 4. Alright, I invert my marks. Okay, so what I want to do is that I want to make the skin, just creating contrast to the skin a little bit. So brush opacity. Okay, alright guys, let's do some corrections. Alright, yeah, the skin tone was a little bit out of the way, so go to our eraser. Now guys, always note that when you have an inverted layer mask, do not actually use your foreground color as black. I've said it before, always use white. Same thing when you have a normal layer mask, it's the other way around. Alright, let's look at our image before and after. Okay, she's looking like an old woman. before and after. Before, whoa, and after. Now, one thing I love about my method of editing pictures is the fact that don't tend to lose details. Now look at the picture. You can see how bright it is, how beautiful it is. Zoom in, zoom out. This is just actually basic on the principles of retouching a picture.